Welcome to this week's videocast. It was an exciting weekend of hockey, and Don is here. I didn't expect him. He was waiting at my doorstep at 8 a.m. to tell me he had gotten a pick right. We'll get to that in just a second. So we'll do our videocast today. But before we get into the videocast, Don wants to talk about a couple things as far as walls are concerned. We're kind of decked out in our walls or gear today, as you can see. We didn't plan it, but here we go. What are we going to talk about today, Don? What's the big news out of Walser now?
Well, it's really not big news. It's something we've been doing for many, many years, but besides being able to provide you with any make, any model vehicle that you might want, we also have a number of other divisions that you can take advantage of. We have a collision and glass repair department. We have a daily, weekly, and monthly car rental division, which is something very, very few automobile dealerships have. And it's something that you could take advantage of with Walser, in addition to all the other great benefits, including our Walser Rewards program.
Yeah, tell them quickly about the Walser Rewards program, just because I'm a big fan of it. I have the card, and I get to go get my car washed for free every time. But I know there's probably more benefits involved as well. So talk about that real quick.
Absolutely. Anybody who buys a new vehicle from Walser Automotive Group or buys a used vehicle under 60,000 miles and 10 model years, or no more than 10 model years old, gets a Walser Rewards card. And with that card, you can get discounts on gasoline at Super America stations. You can get free car washes at any Walser dealership. And in addition, you build points up through purchases that allows you to apply them to your future purchase of an automobile from us.
That's good to know. That's good to know. All right, thanks, Don. Now let's get to the real reason you were waiting on my doorstep, and that was the Elk River winning the Velocity tournament this weekend in an exciting fashion. They beat Waconia 11-10 on a last-second play. Waconia was down 11-10 and had a penalty shot to tie it, and goaltender Ben Myers came up big on Matt Anderson from Waconia. It was an exciting end to an exciting game. Don, you want to gloat a little bit?
Absolutely. Wouldn't you think that was a good pick that I made last time?
If you study my site, you'll know that Elk River is a really good team.
That's great. No, we're thrilled for all the kids, and it was an exciting game, and right down to the finish, right down to the wire.
Yeah, it was good. We'll come back and get Don's pick for next weekend. I got a couple items I want to talk about before we get to that. I brought a little friend of mine. I haven't named him yet, but it's the Big Pumpkin. The Big Pumpkin Trophy, which we're getting mounted and delivered here earlier this week for the big Fall Classic tournament held at Bloomington Ice Garden, pitting the top 16 Pee Wee teams in the state, kind of like the Daytona 500.
I have a name for it.
What is it?
Why don't you call it Don?
Pumpkin head, maybe. It's just a pumpkin. Good idea. The big tournament up at Bloomington Ice Garden with all the top teams in the state. I'm really excited for it. I know I've seen a lot of the Pee Wee people around there really excited for it. A really great kickoff tournament for the season. Next, I want to just have another shout out to a friend of ours in the hockey community, George Lagerstrom, who passed away a week or so ago. His funeral was on Friday. We plan on doing a little tribute to George here in the next week or so. Our prayers go out to the Lagerstrom family, and a special hello to George up in heaven. And I'm sure he's wearing an all orange shirt, shorts, and hat right now. Best of luck to the Lagerstrom family and the Edina hockey community, because I'm sure they're in a little sorrow right now. Let's get back to talk a little hockey. Speaking of Pee Wees, the Pee Wee Velocity tournament is this weekend. And as all know, the Edina team will win that tournament. That group of kids has rarely lost, if at all, any games at the association level. And probably won't lose it all this weekend. So picking Edina wouldn't really be going on much of a limb. So let's have Don pick who's going to finish second. In Edina's bracket, unfortunately, teams like Minnetonka, Elk River, Roseville, and Stillwater won't be advancing to the championship game, but the teams in the other bracket, Eden Prairie, Chaska, Maple Grove, Mankato, or Rosemount, they still have hope when they show up at the rink in Eden Prairie. Don, which of those 5 teams I just listed will be heading off to the championship game against Edina on Sunday afternoon?
I've done a lot of research on this one in the last few minutes.
Sure.
I think it's going to be Maple Grove.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Any thoughts as to why? Is it the skating? Is it the shooting?
I think it's everything. I think it's the coaching. I think it's the kids are motivated, and I think they're ready to go.
Coaching. Well, you definitely have not done your research then, because their coach is not very strong suit. It's talented kids in Maple Grove which make that thing go. The coach, who I know fairly well, is not very strong. So, little shout out to Maple Grove as the finalist, maybe a winner. You know, you never know. You never know. That's why we play the games, right?
Most of my picks are pretty reliable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been pretty good. 3 for 6. So not bad. Not bad at all. We'll see if we can go over 500 this week. Well, that'll do it this week for this week's Videocast. Next week we'll be on location in Bloomington at the Bloomington GMC dealership doing our Videocast. Look forward to a great weekend of hockey. We got some elite hockey we're going to be covering, some Magicians hockey we're going to be covering, and obviously the Velocity Tournament out in Eden Prairie. Have a good week. Take care.
Bye.